My name is Les Columbus, and I'm Principal of Program Special Education. And I've had the pleasure of knowing Jim since about 1971, way before I was a teacher. And it's interesting how his influence has woven itself through not only my life, but many of my colleagues' lives. As a matter of fact, Norman Quince this afternoon, I last heard about 1971 or 72 because of Jim. So he's had a profound impact on my personal life as well as my professional life. And I couldn't think of a more deserving person to receive the award from the Canadian Association as well as the Ontario Group. He's a unique individual who was able to impose his will in many ways on a system that needed will to be imposed on to allow inclusion to happen. And it's very true that his influence has gone around the world. Jackie Bajus and I were able to take the message of inclusion to the UK last year, and that even there they had heard about Jim Hansen. Quite often we have visitors coming to our board, and last year we had some folks from Germany. Even there they had heard of Jim Hansen. So Jim Hansen's influence is great, and it's been a pleasure to know him and to have worked with him and for him. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Hi, I'm Jackie Bajus, the Superintendent of Education responsible for special education. And I've had the great privilege of being on this journey with Each Belongs and inclusion in Hamilton since it began over 40 years ago. I think there are two pieces that I want to reflect on in terms of Jim's impact on my life and my role in education. And the first was having him call me into his office one day in July during summer vacation and asking me to think about going into leadership and pursuing this passion for special education and ensuring that all children are included in our schools. I wasn't sure that was the route I wanted to take, but his insistence and persistence, as you are probably well aware, has really made me look forward and in my life and my career to move special education within the school board. So that was the first piece for me. And secondly, it's been a big privilege of mine to work with outstanding parents and teachers and fellow administrators who truly live the life of inclusion, and it falls in with our philosophy and our faith as a Catholic school system to look at the individual. And so the decisions that I make as a superintendent of education are around what would be the best for that child, that particular child, in each situation. And it's been that incredible message that Jim taught to all of us many years ago that has enabled me to pass that same message along to make sure that we continue to spread the philosophy of Each Belongs throughout the world.
My name is Pat Daly. I'm the Chairperson of the Hamilton-Wentworth Catholic District School Board, and I had the privilege of working with Jim when I was a trustee first on the board a number of years ago, and as well through my father, who was a trustee while Jim was a superintendent for many, many years. And one can't really put into words the tremendous impact Jim has had not only on our Catholic school system, but indeed on educational systems throughout the world. And what I'll most remember first is his passion, his goodness, and his absolute relentless determination to make what he knew and what we all knew to be right. That is, that every child had a fundamental right to be educated in their neighborhood school alongside with their siblings and their neighbors. And Jim knew that was right, and he ensured that all around him embraced it. And like was said before, rather than focus on the challenges or the hurdles, he led all of us to look for the solutions and the opportunities. And for all of what Jim has done to make Each Belongs a reality, we'll be forever grateful.
I'm Patricia Amos. I'm Director of Education with the Hamilton-Wentworth Catholic District School Board, and I've been an employee of this board for 40 years. So when we talk about our Each Belongs, I feel very, very much attached to it. I went to school here as a student, was a graduate of the system, and my first and only job has been with the school board. What a proud day today to have the celebration and recognition of Jim Hansen. In my early years as a teacher, we all came to know and understand, but more so to love and appreciate Jim's work here in the school board. When we talk about Each Belongs and we talk about exceptional students, it is part of our faith. We believe that we all are a gift of God and we're all created in His image. And it's through the work of people like Jim who really embrace this vision of helping all students to reach their full potential that we really came to go deeper into our knowledge and understanding of how to reach out and support these children, and especially to support the families. As a teacher, I had many exceptional students in my class, and when we talk about exceptional, it's everything. From those that face challenges, of feeling a sense of welcoming and belonging, for those who are very bright and need further challenges. But our most important students are the students that need us in that special way. And these are the students that Jim really helped us all to embrace and to really reach out and support. On a personal note, I'm a godmother and an aunt of a special needs child that went through our system, and just this past June at age 21, through the work of our fabulous transition coaches, she's able now to move on into the community and do the best that she can to make a contribution. So Jim, thank you for all you've done. We're proud of you. This is a proud day today, but we know that you'll say it's about what we do because it is our work as Catholic educators. Thank you, Jim. Congratulations. Good luck.
Okay, hi, I'm Norman Kuntz. I think Jim has an enormous impact on the field of inclusive education, and primarily because he set the precedent that it could be done. One of the main challenges, proponents of inclusive education like myself face is we go on that it can be done. And people often see it as an issue of, well, is it possible or not? And people like Jim Hansen, especially 25, 30 years ago, when so few people were doing it, Jim Hansen provided the example where we were able to say, yes, it can be done. Yes, it is being done. This is beyond the theoretical. It can be done. So then school administrators were forced to say, I don't think I want to, which is a far more tricky thing for administrators to say. So I think Jim Hansen, by providing that precedent, made a whole raft of school administrators much more uncomfortable, but much more accountable.
My name's Clint Davis, and I'm the psychologist for the Hamilton-Wentworth Catholic District School Board. I've known Jim for 41 years now, because it was about 41 years ago, right about now, that I was applying for a job with the school board, and Jim interviewed me for my first position out of school. The thing that impresses me most about Jim all through the years is that he always seemed to see talent in people that they didn't necessarily see in themselves. He always had extremely high expectations for everyone, and it didn't matter whether you were a person who had a disability or you didn't have a disability. He believed that you could do much more than you thought you could do, and it always worked out that way. So I think that his attitude about inclusion and his attitude about people with various disabilities is the same attitude that he has towards everyone, that everyone can do much more than they anticipate that they can do, that they believe they can do. And he's right. We can all do much, much more than we actually believe. So I think this award for Jim is a wonderful thing. He's a tremendous man. He's done a great deal for me in my career. And we wish him all the best in his retirement and good health and a good long life.